Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the poem. The name of this poem is Mowing by Robert Frost. So now I will explain that what is paraphrasing, and I will also paraphrase this poem. So in the first video I share the explanation of the poem and as well as rhyming scheme of the poem, so you can also watch that video. So what is paraphrasing basically? Paraphrasing aim to maintain these essence and imagery of the original poem while making a language simpler and more straightforward. So the first thing is that what the rule of paraphrasing. So I will tell you that the first is change the original words. That is the first rule. You will just change the original word of the poet. Write the same person. Like if the poet is describing himself, so you have to describe him, not yourself. So keep this thing in your mind. And the third rule is write the same tense as the original poem is written in. So the tense, like if the tense, the poem in past tense, so you should use past tense, or if the poem in present tense, so you should use the present tense. Paraphrased line, or if you paraphrased any poem, so if that is possible, the length of the uh, poem line and the length of the your paraphrased line is different or longer than the original line, but don't worry about it because you are changing the word, so that is the possibility that the length will increase. So now we will paraphrase this poem. There was never a sound beside the wood but one. So if we will paraphrase this line, so what would be the paraphrasing? There was no other sound in the forest. So wood converted in forest except for one, but one, so we will change it. So now the second line. In the second line, the poet says, and that was my long scythe whispering to the ground. So this is again the original line, and this is the paraphrased line. So I changed this line in this way, and that was the gentle sound of my scythe murmuring. Whispering changed into murmuring when I was cutting the grass. So look at the length of these two lines. The first line, the original line is smaller and the paraphrased line is bigger. So that is possible, but don't exceed the limit. So that much is acceptable, but not exceed this limit. So the in the third line, the third original line, I if you look at this text, so the original line are in bold and the paraphrased line are not bold. So you can easily find that which is the paraphrased line and which are the original line. There was, so this is original. What was it? It whispered. I knew not well myself. I did not know what was it murmuring to me. So that is the paraphrased. Perhaps it was something about the heat of the sun. So the paraphrase line, maybe it was talking about the heat of the sun. So you cannot change the sun. So there is sun and heat. So that is heat. Or if you want some any alternative word instead of these words, so you can use it. There is liberty. Something perhaps about the lake of the sound. Or perhaps it was talking about the quietness around. Lake of sound is converted in quietness. So in the next line, and and that was why it whispered and did not speak. So paraphrase line is, which is why it murmured instead of speaking aloud. It was no dream of the gift of idle hours. It wasn't a dream of lazy, carefree hours. So R is not change. Carefree, like easy, lazy, idle, and dream is already the same. Okay, so in the next line, or easy gold at the hand of the Fae and Elf, or the effortless gift that have been given by the fairies and elf. Anything more than the truth would have seemed too weak. Anything beyond the truth would have felt insincere. To the earnest love they laid the soul in row, for the sincere effort that laid the field in the neat rows, not without feeble pointed spikes of flowers, not without spikes even these delicate pointed flowers, piled orchises and scared a bright green snake, yellow plants and a startling shiny green snake. The fact is the sweetest dream that labor knows. Reality is the sweetest dream that a hard worker knows. My long scythe whispered and left the hay to make. So it is change in the text. My scythe whispered and left the hay behind to dry. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much. And this is also will be available on my blog, so you can go and see, and even you can copy it. Thank you so much.